Good morning students. In the last class we discussed about magnet and types of magnets and some basic definitions of magnet. So today class I am going to discuss about the properties of magnetic lines of force. So we already studied in our first chapter about electric lines of force. So what are the electric lines of force? Those properties are very similar to magnetic lines of force. Here how to draw magnetic lines of force? Take a bar magnet. So as you know that a bar magnet has two poles. The pole pointing towards north is called north pole and the pole pointing towards south is called south pole. Now how to draw magnetic lines of force is, take another north pole. What happens now here? It repels. Along which path the bar magnet or the magnetic pole will move in a magnetic field is the representation of magnetic lines of force. So if you place a north pole here, what happens here? If you change the direction, it changes its path. See here, if you keep on changing the direction, what happens? The lines of force we can draw like this on either sides of the bar magnet. So if you see this, inside the bar magnet what happens is the lines of force are moving from south to north. Outside the bar magnet they are moving from north to south, whereas inside they are moving from south to north. So that is the difference what we can say we compared to electric lines of force and magnetic lines of force. In magnetic lines of force, the lines of force move from north to south outside the bar magnet, whereas they move from south to north inside the bar magnet. These are closed loops, is it right? They are moving from north to south as well as south to north. So we can write this as they are closed loops, right? Why they are closed loops? Because the magnetic lines of force are moving from north to south outside the magnet and south to north inside the bar magnet. So magnetic lines of force move from north to south outside the magnet, whereas they move south to north inside the magnet. So this is the properties of magnet. Here how we are drawing here, what the representation here? These are imaginary loops used to represent the magnetic field of a magnet, right? Magnetic lines of force are imaginary loops to represent magnetic field of a magnet. As similar, no two lines of force intersect each other, they pass through the conductor. That is one more difference, that they pass through the conductor, whereas electric lines of force do not pass through the conductor. Remaining all are same. What that? Tangent drawn at a point gives the direction of magnetic field at that point, is it right? If you want to calculate the magnetic field, what happens? You have to draw a tangent. This gives what? Direction of magnetic field, and no two magnetic lines of force intersect each other. We know very well that if they intersect each other, at the point of intersection it has two directions, which is not possible. So these are what properties of magnetic lines of force. If the magnetic lines of force are more, strong electric field. If the magnetic lines of force are less, weak magnetic field. If the lines of force are like this, straight, parallel and equally spaced, this represents what? Uniform magnetic field. So all these are properties of magnetic lines of force. What are that? First, if you want to draw magnetic lines of force, what we are going to do? We place a north pole here. It moves along which path? If you draw lines, those are called magnetic lines of force. Why we are drawing this one? Because to represent the magnetic field of a magnet. Is it right? Now, these are imaginary lines of force. The tangent drawn at a point gives direction of magnetic field at that point. Is it right? And the magnetic lines of force are moving from north to south outside the bar magnet. They are moving from south to north inside the bar magnet. Next, they pass through the conductor. They are closed loops. And if the lines of force are more, strong magnetic field. If the lines of force are less, weak magnetic field. If the lines of force are straight, parallel and equally spaced, it represents what? Uniform magnetic field. So, these are about what? Properties of magnetic lines of force. If you want to write the differences between properties of lines of force and magnetic lines of force, only two differences. Electric lines of force are open loops, whereas magnetic lines of force are closed loops. Electric lines of force do not pass through the conductor, magnetic lines of force pass through the conductor. So, these two are the differences between electric lines of force and magnetic lines of force. Next one is the very important question of this chapter, that is, we have to prove a bar magnet is equivalent to a current carrying solenoid. Okay? Let us prove that a bar magnet is equivalent to a current carrying solenoid. So, the question is what? Show that bar magnet is equivalent to current carrying solenoid. So, this is very important question from this chapter, the most expected 5-mark question. So, what we have to prove here? A bar magnet is equivalent to current carrying solenoid. Let us take a solenoid. The diagram is very important one ma. We have considered a solenoid. Draw an axial line. Okay, this is point P and this is O. The length of the solenoid is 2L. The length of the solenoid is 2L and the radius of this solenoid is A. Radius of the solenoid is what ma? A. Now, as we know what is solenoid, on a wooden cylinder or insulating stand, we wound number of turns. In the turns, we consider one turn, only one such turn, one circular turn of length dx, which is at a distance of x from O. Now, this distance from O to P is equals to what? R. So, what we consider? We consider a solenoid of length 2L and radius A. The center of the solenoid is O. We draw an axial point at P, which is the distance of R from O. We already very well know that a solenoid is nothing but on insulating coil we wounded so many circular turns. We consider one such circular turn of length dx, which is at a distance of x from O. Now, from this point to this point OP is equals to R, then what is the distance from dx here? r minus x. Now let small n be the number of turns per unit length. Number of turns per unit length. Small n is equals to n by 2n. So like this circular turns, how many are there? N is equals to n dx. So these circular turns are present inside the solenoid. So now this is a circular loop carrying a current, and this is what axial point. We know that we already derived in the previous chapter, magnetic field due to a circular loop along its axial line. Magnetic field due to a circular loop along its axial line. What is the formula? B is equals to mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi n I r square by r square plus x square whole power 3 by 2. So here we should remember r is radius of circular loop, x is axial distance, the distance from loop to the point, I is current. Now this is not due to circular loop, complete loop. So we are considering only magnetic field of small length. So dB due to circular loop of length dx. Then what you get, ma? dB is equals to mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi. What is n? Like this turn, how many turns are there? N into dx. So instead of n we write n dx into I. What is r here? Radius of the loop. What is the radius of this solenoid? A. So this can be represented as a square. R is represented by a. Again here r is can be written as a square plus axial distance, the distance from circular to point P. What the distance? R minus x whole square whole power 3 by 2. So that is dB due to circular loop dx. What is the formula? dB is equals to mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi n. So like this circular loop we have n into dx. So n into dx, I, radius of the loop is a square, n I dx I a square by a square plus r minus x square whole power 3 by 2. Now we should calculate magnetic field due to small circular or solenoid? Solenoid, right? Magnetic field due to solenoid. Then what we have to do? Integrating on both sides. We should integrate or not? Why? We should integrate between the limits. From here to here the length is L, that is plus, and here to here minus. So integration of dB is equals to integration of, what is the formula we got here? The same formula we should write. What is that? Mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi n dx I a square by a square plus r minus x whole square whole power 3 by 2. So what are the limits here? The limits are extended from minus L to plus L. Now here we consider a condition that if the axial distance is greater than a, yes, r is greater than a and r is greater than x, we can neglect this a and x, right? What do you get, ma? Integration of dB is equals to integration of minus L2 plus L mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi n dx I a square. We should not neglect the multiplication values, that is why we are keeping a square like that only. This is neglected and this is neglected. What you can write? R cube. Okay. Integration of dB. Integration of dB is what? B. What are the constants and outside? Mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi n I a square by R cube into remaining is what? Minus L2 plus L dx. Here pi a square, area of circular loop. What is the formula now? Area of circular loop is equals to pi a square. So, instead of pi a square, what we can write? What we can write? Area, right? Yes. So, that implies B is equals to mu naught by 4 pi 2 n I a. Why? Pi a square is replaced as capital A, because that is equals to area of the loop. Integration of dx, x limits minus L to plus L. So, applying the limits, B is equals to mu naught by 4 pi 2 n I a by R cube. If you apply the limits, what you can get here? L minus of minus L, nothing but L plus L, we get 2L. See here, that also can be written as what ma? Mu naught by 4 pi 2 into n into 2L Ia by R cube. Here we got the equation that let n be the number of turns per unit length and small n is equals to what? N into 2L, right? That implies capital N is equals to what? Small n into 2L. So, here we got small n into 2L can be replaced as what? Capital N, right? So, what you can write here? B is equals to mu naught by 4 pi 2 n I a by R cube. Already we know very well what is magnetic moment for n turns. M is equals to n I a. So, therefore, B is equals to mu naught by 4 pi 2 m by R cube. So, this where M is magnetic, already we know that this expression for the magnetic field is similar to magnetic field axial line along a short bar magnet. So, which is same as magnetic field along axial line of bar magnet. Hence, what we can say that a bar magnet is equivalent to find current carrying solenoid, yes or not? Because magnetic field due to a solenoid along its axial line is equals to what? Magnetic field due to a bar magnet along its axial line. So, we can clearly say that hence a bar magnet acts as an solenoid. So, this is the way to prove. So, this is very simple ma. I will explain again. Let us see here what they are saying, that we should prove a bar magnet acts as solenoid. For that we consider a solenoid of length 2L. The radius of the solenoid is A. We consider one axial point, that is P. The distance between O to P is R. As we already very well know that a solenoid is nothing but wounded with number of circular turns which is carrying current. Like the turn we are considering only one. So, that magnetic field to circular loop along its axial line is we know. But for this circular loop it can be replaced as what? dB is equals to mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi n dx I a square by a square plus r minus x square whole power 3 by 2. So, magnetic field due to complete solenoid is equals to what? We should apply the limit. This is plus and this is minus. So, by applying the limits and doing integration, we got this equation. We consider only one condition, that this axial distance is very much long as compared to radius and this distance. So, we are neglecting these two. What happens now? Integration of dv is equals to minus L to plus L mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi n dx ia square by r cube. Here we are sending all the constant outside. Integration of dv is b is equals to mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi n ia square. Here what is pi a square? Area of the circular loop. So, instead of pi a square we are writing nia. Integration of dx is what? X. Limits minus L to plus L. If you apply the limits, L minus of minus L to L, we got what? Mu naught by 4 pi 2 n ia by r cube. Here n into 2L is equals to capital N, we got mu naught by 4 pi 2 n ia by r cube. What is nia? Magnetic moment. So, we got an equation that B is equals to mu naught by 4 pi 2 m by r cube, which is same as magnetic field along axial line of a bar magnet. Hence, a bar magnet acts as a solenoid. So, this question is very important for 5 marks. Do not neglect. Thank you, students.